I was asked a question the other day by Sean MK, and I was flying my Avata 2, and what he was asking about mainly was about the controller, and he was asking, could I do a video on how to use the controller, or learning to how to use the controller? So I thought, yeah, okay. I mean, I have done a video when I first started flying this, but I suppose I didn't really go into this controller because there's a few things you need to know. And obviously one of the main ones is if you haven't bought one yet, you need to know how to start it, how to stop it. Probably going to get, if you get the Avata 2, you're going to get the goggles free anyway. But you can do most of the stuff with your motion controller. And to be quite honest, out of the two controllers, I'm talking about the FPV controller, I do love using the motion controller the best. Now, what I will be doing, I'll be going out later on, and I'll be showing you outside as well how I use it. We're not going to go into all the depths of this machine, this controller, but I will show you what you need to know, guys. What's interesting, the DJI RC Motion 2, as you can see, there's a vast difference. And to be quite honest, this is far better. I mean, this is, you know, you can do quite a few things with this, but obviously, you can't fly the Avata 2 with it. But I do love this controller, mainly because it's nice and compact. It's not as heavy as this machine. So, should we get on with it? So this is the DJI RC Motion 3. Now, I like calling it the Motion 3 controller, but the proper name is the DJI RC Motion 3. I'm going to take you around the controller first. So at the very top there, you've got the battery level LEDs. You've got 4 of them. I like to make sure that all those 4 lights are green, all powered up. I don't like going out, I've only got 1 light left. 2, no. 3, maybe. So that's your battery level. This button here, which is the most important to me really, this is the lock button. I will explain a little bit more, but also this is the button that gets that drone going. Then you've got the joystick. Now, I'll be honest, I don't tend to use this joystick much. I will explain later on in the video what this is all about. And then at the back there, you've got your mode button. So here you've got your shutter and record button, just by pressing that. Obviously, the actual trigger there, as I call it, that's the accelerator. That makes the drone move. And then here at the side, you've got the dial. I'll explain that as well later on. Then at the back here, this is where you plug in your USB-C port. At the side, you've got the power button, which is most important as well. As we all know with DJI products, it's a double click, making sure, because this is one I always have a problem with, when I double click it, I don't bother checking to see if those lights are coming on. So that's your power button. And obviously the other most important thing, guys, believe it or not, is that lanyard. So there's a fit in there for it. When you first get it, it'll be separate. You just fit it in there because you do need to have that through your hand there. So if it, just in case you drop it, it's not gonna break. I think the most important thing on this controller mainly is obviously this button here. And this is the brake button. But for takeoff, what you have to do, guys, is if you double tap it, that will start up the props, and then you press it again, give it a long press, and then the drone will take off and it will hover about 1.2 meters. And if you want to stop the drone at any time in motion I'm on about, then you just press that button again once and then it will stop in the air. And then you can just press it again and then you can take control. So for landing, what you've got to do, guys, you've got to press and hold the lock button while the aircraft is hovering, and it will then land automatically and the motors will stop. So with the actual trigger, because this is something else you need to know as well with the trigger, that when the drone takes off, it will stay at the height 1.2 meters high, and then as soon as you start to move your wrist, be it turn it, the drone will go with it, left or right, things like that. But what you need to do, you just need, that trigger is so, what's the word for it? It's so sensitive, you only got to touch it slightly. And as you're bringing it in, you can just feel it. And then the more you press it, obviously the faster the drone will go. But you don't really need to press it straight away. Just by slightly pressing it, as you press it slightly, you can just turn and the drone will go left or right. So you just got to remember that, guys. And as soon as you release yourself on the trigger, the drone will stop. So should we go outside and I'll show you outside how I'm maneuvering the drone and what I use. So the first thing you need to know, guys, is you have to turn on the controller itself. And what that is, at the side there where the power button is, you just click it twice, and once those green lights start flashing, now I've got 2 and a bit, which is good. So that indicates that the power is on. The next thing you need to do, obviously, is to make sure that the drone's connected up, because I've already powered on the DJI Avata. I put on the goggles free on as well. So this big orange button is, they call it the lock button, but also it's for takeoff, for landing, and obviously stopping the drone if you need to stop it while it's out in flight. So what you do, you double tap. Hopefully you can see the drone just down there. That will start the motors up, and then you give it a long press. Let go. Okay, now hopefully you can see that. The thing is that when you've got to make sure that your controller is level, because if I do this, the gimbal will go down, and if I cock my wrist up, it's up in the air. So always make sure that your hand is straight. Now at the moment, if I want to go left or right, it's not going to happen. But if you pull in that, they call it the accelerator, I call it a trigger, you've only got to touch it slightly, guys. Just touch it, and as you're touching it, you can move the drone to the left. I'll let go it again, bring it in, and just bring it around to the right. You getting the picture now? Now, you will, at times, move your arm, but you can just do it all in the wrist. But if I, at the moment, I'm not touching it, but as soon as I touch that trigger, bring it in gentle, and I can go up, not too much, bring it back down. So the next thing we need to do really, if you want to land it. So what you do, you press the lock button again, give it a long press. It comes up on the screen, you let go of it. And it's landed, and it won't turn off the drone completely, but it will stop the motors going round. So that's what I would say you need to learn first before you go off flying all over the place. So you double tap the lock button, that'll start the motors, a long press, release it, it will take off. We're going to do the joystick. So if I bring it down, the drone will go down. If I bring it up, it will go up. Bring it back down a little bit more. If I go to my left, the drone will move to the left. If I move it to the right, it's going to go to the right. Now this is very good, especially if you're in I will show you that on the video, especially if you've gone into a tower or something, and you just need to raise the drone up by just going up. Bring it back down again. By going up and down, Okay, so what I'm going to do now, right, so I'll level it off again now. Now if I use the mode button at the back there, if I press it, that will put it into sports mode. Press it again, that's back to normal mode. That's always interesting to know as well. Now at the side here, if I tap, you get, they call it picture in picture. Now hopefully you can see up on the screen there. Now if I tap it again, so I had to come out again because when I did the picture in picture at the mines, for some reason it took off my record in my goggles. And I carried on, it wasn't until I got back behind the computer and noticed I didn't show you half of it. So come out again, it's a little bit windy tonight. It's a little bit cold, as you can see, I've got my coat on. But I thought what I'll do is show you a couple of other things. Now, with that scroll as well, what I'll mention, the gimbal only move when it's on the ground or when it's coming into return to home. It won't work after that. That scroll button really is for head tracking and also the easy acro. Now I've done videos on that, so check them out as well, guys. That'll give you another idea. But we're just doing the basics of this motion controller. So I'm going to get the drone back up in the air. So remember the orange button, double tap, video's on now, press it again, release. That will take the drone off in the air. Right, I'm going to explain to you now by putting on the goggles. What you're going to see, I've got a grid cross. Now if you go into your goggles, you can put up a grid. I've got the cross there, but right in the middle of that cross, as you can see, is a little cross. And that cross is your drone. But as soon as I press the accelerator on the motion controller, a circle will come up. Now because it's windy, you're not going to get that circle right in the square. But what you're aiming to do is you're trying to get that circle like it is now in the middle. So we're just going to push it along. We just try as you can. Obviously when it's not windy it's pretty easy, but when it's a little bit windy it's not that easy. But that's the idea of it. So we just take the drone out a little bit. So if I bring up my wrist, the drone will go up in the air. As long as you keep your finger on the accelerator. And then if I bring my wrist down, then the drone will descend. And you can see how quickly it does as well. So if I move it over to the right, just move my wrist. And if I move it to the left. Right, so let's do a couple other things. So at the back there, the mode button, if you remember rightly, if I pressed once, you got your sports, press it again, we'll go back into normal. But if I wanted to do a return to home, and that's pretty important sometimes if you come into difficulty, if you press it a little bit longer, you'll hear the return to home sound. And if you press it again, it will cancel that. Let's do it again, we'll just take it out. I want to bring it home, so I'll just take my finger off the accelerator, press it down for a couple of seconds. It will say it's press lock button to cancel returner, but it's coming home now. And it's just straightened itself up. So I'll just stop that. Another one I think is quite important, where I was explaining the lock button, which is also the takeoff and return to home. No, landing I should say, the landing. If I just press the orange button, you see the pause button come up. And that means if I press the accelerator now, let's say you had to do something, I don't know, you wanted to stop the drone because you dropped something, you can put on the pause, and if you press it again or unlock it, and then you can carry on doing your stuff. So I'll just do that again. So if you want to pick up something, you just press the orange button once. Like I said, no matter how much you try and mess about with your accelerator, it ain't gonna happen. So press it again, bring it out of it. I think I've covered it all now. I'm just trying to think of anything else I might have missed out. I don't think so. So I covered the mode button at the back there. So I'm just gonna put it into sports mode a moment. And we'll just put it into sports mode. Off it goes. And we'll just give it a quick turn. Bring it around. And then obviously I can still, if I wanted to, I can use the lock button to put it in pause. It doesn't matter if it's in sports mode. And if I want to come out of sports mode, I'll just press it back into normal mode. Okay, so you want to bring your drone into land. So we just bring it down to the ground. What I always tend to do is have it facing me, so I'll just bring it around to where I am. So I ain't got too far to go. Just bring it in a bit more. And just let go of the accelerator. And if you press the orange button, it'll come up, press lock, and the drone will land. So hopefully you've learnt something there. I'm sure you have. It's when you're first doing it, it's a lot to take in, like anything. It's like driving a car, isn't it? It's a lot to take in, but it all comes to it. Another reminder, what I will say, guys, is if you're flying this for the first time, you need to be in beginner's mode. Please check out the video I've done right at the beginning, and I explain more about the beginner's mode. I'm sure within about half an hour, you have your confidence to come out of beginner's mode and start normal flying. So, hope that was helpful. As always, there's going to be another video coming very soon.